I'm going to stop the press. I'm going to request that I be allowed to blow people away. Can I blow people away right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to blow people away with the minimum wage stat. Just calm down for a second. And then I want to tell you why Jesus didn't exist. And I'm going to do it with a powerful analogy that's going to be real quick. Okay? All right, number one, I'm blowing you away with this minimum wage stat. So, in the last 9-10 years, minimum wage has never been, they've never raised it. Republicans in charge for the last 6 years wouldn't have it. They just had a discussion on it, debate on this. No, poor people! Right? No interest. Not going to raise. In that same amount of time, by the way, these stats secretly emailed to me by the Democrats. And a lot of them are like demagoguing stats. I took them, threw them in the garbage, right? You know, let me tell you the stats I threw away. Like the average CEO now earns 821 times more than a minimum wage worker.
A pack of lies.
It's not a lie, but it doesn't mean very much.
Right, okay.
And, you know, even when it was good, it was like 550 times what the minimum wage worker earned. And it was, so, okay, I threw all that away. But these are two stats that are true that are kind of blew me away. Or let me concentrate on one. In those same 9 years that they did not raise the minimum wage, every year Congress has been getting a 2% raise. And, you know, they say, okay, you know, cost of living. You know, and Congressmen working hard.
Expensive in Washington.
Yeah, it's spending our money, stealing our money. You know, you got to give it to Abramoff. Abramoff's got to give it to them. It's a tough business. So they get a 2% increase every year. And for example, this year, the increase is going to be $3,304, which, by the way, is, if you work the whole year in minimum wage, is about a third of your salary.
Yeah, you make, the minimum wage is $5.15 an hour, right?
Yes, and
so it's a little over $200 a week.
You make $10,700 a year if you work 40-hour weeks for 52 weeks, no vacations, 52 weeks on minimum wage. And the Congress this year is giving itself a $3,304 raise, a third of the minimum wage. Now, there's, of course, a lot less congressmen there are on people working minimum wage, so it's not, it's a little apples and oranges. But nonetheless, so somebody did a calculation, smart guy, put together all the raises Congress has had since they have not increased the minimum wage. They've increased their own pay in those 9 years by $31,600.
3 people's minimum wage salary.
They've raised their own salaries $31,000 while they wouldn't raise the minimum wage a nickel. Come on. I only have 3 words for you about that. Come on. I mean, it's just...
That's what they're doing to people on the minimum wage.
Come on. Look, it's beyond all bounds of reason. It's beyond all bounds of reason. There are times when the minimum wage could be too high. I've never really counted those times. But I know there's been times where I said, no, that's not about right, okay?
There's never been a time in this country where the minimum wage has been too high.
But it is conceivable. If they all of a sudden, Democrats...
What else? We had a Republican talking point, then all of a sudden the debate is, well, what if it gets too high? It's like a nickel.
Like Al Sharpton wins the presidency, and he's...
Utterly preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
Well,
you're beyond the realms of the ridiculous.
I'm just saying.
I think you're quite right. Well, yeah, Al Sharpton becomes president. He appoints Dennis Kucinich Secretary of Labor. They go nuts, and they make the minimum wage $38 an hour, right? Okay, now that's a little too high, right? But now $5.50. These guys, the poverty level...
$5.15.
No, I think it's $5.50, but I could be wrong.
I think it's $5.15.
Okay, so it's really low. They got a little over $5 here, and over 21 states and the District of Columbia had to raise their own minimum wage because they're like, this is utterly preposterous. This is beyond all reason, right? So go. And now, you know, what are you going to do? At this point, these guys, and they've won, by the way, they've won. They've argued that it's low enough, you know, and it's not, that it's a perfectly fine wage to give people, and they've won. And now, theoretically, at this price,
by the way, it's $5.15 an hour.
Oh, it is?
$5.50. It's crazy talk.
Yeah. Never
getting rich on $5.50.
Yeah. If you propose that today, they'd be like, what do you want to do, bankrupt our poor businesses? Drive them out of business? Anyway, at this point, if you work 52 weeks for 40 hours a week, you're going to make that $10,700, and you're going to be $6,000 below the poverty level. Now, I never really believe in the poverty level. I'm kind of a dick that way, but still, it's something. You know, I mean, if you said you go live on $16,000, see if you believe in the poverty level, I'd be like, nah, okay, that's really, really low money.
Let me tell you something that happened today, and this is going to cause the crowd to go crazy for Democrats. That's the reaction. Harry Reid walks into a building. Oh, they're going crazy. It's Harry Reid. They just want to touch him. They're just reaching out and touching him. Because, you know, you want the demagoguing from the Democrats. You always ask, where's the demagoguing that works them? A week after the GOP-led Senate rejected an increase to the minimum wage, Senate Democrats today vowed to block pay raises for members of Congress until the minimum wage is increased.
What are you talking about?
I mean, 5 years too late, but that's the kind of thing that people look at and go, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for looking out for me.
Maximus Decimus Harry Reidus.
They want it raised to $7.25 an hour. It's crazy. It's too big.
It's too big. It's too big. Come on, seriously. Come on. They raised their own salary $31,600 in the time they wouldn't give the minimum wage people a nickel more.
Well, beyond that,
Come on!